I contested the election. I wasn't contesting it to help anybody to win. And I continue to say that even the declared winner did not win. You might have been declared by whatever means, but you've not won the election.
Peter Obi, Labour Party presidential candidate, has made it clear to whoever wants to hear, Inec, APC, that he won the election and that even if Inec, through some means, declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu APC as the winner, he said he will not back down. He said this one, we will drag it till the end. I am not backing down. This is not going away. Yes, I am ready to fight this to finish. If you said someone won, show us how he won. End of story. We are not worried if you have declared someone the winner. Simply show us how the person won, where he won, who he won, and that's it. End of story. He said if Inec can show this, he will apologize, back down, and even find a way to make sure that that person continues to do what he needs to do in Nigeria. He said he is only interested about the people and nothing more. Yes, people, that is the key. If you do not win the people, then you must be joking. You must be fooling yourselves. Welcome once again to this channel. If you're just coming across it and you're not a member, quickly, that notification bell, that subscription, tap on it, tap on it, tap on it. If you're a returning subscriber or you've been here with us all the way, I say thank you for returning and thank you for being here. There is something that helps this channel. It helps us a lot. It helps YouTube to share this video to other people, notify them. All you have to do is like or share. That's all. Like or share. Let's get right into it. We are going to hear what Peter Obi has to say. He dropped bombshell.
Right. So what would you be doing next, really, if they're not granting access to this?
We'll follow the law. We'll go back to the court and say, what you granted, these people are not obeying. We're not going to be, for me, we'll do whatever is necessary within the law. But they will give us access because they pronounce and declare somebody. So we must have access to the process they arrived at that.
Since February 25, there have been reactions to your participation, to your role, to what you represent. Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State says you are the hero of the entire process. And what is his explanation? His explanation is that you stopped PDP from winning in the traditional places. And that for doing that, as far as he is concerned, and for making Southern presidency possible, you are his hero. Festus Keyamo, spokesperson of the APC, also waded into the matter and said, in fact, that you have served your purpose in this electoral process, that the purpose that you were to serve was to help make Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu president-elect. That's his own reading of it. He says, because without you stopping the PDP in their traditional states, Bola Tinubu will not have emerged as president-elect. Number three, Reno Amokri, who is a spokesperson for the People's Democratic Party, says, well, APC may have rigged, but that Mr. Peter Obi was the perfect rigger in that election, and that you rigged in the Southeast, that he is surprised that a candidate will be reporting 97% of the votes from certain states of the Federation. Of course, Atiku Abubakar, presidential candidate of the PDP himself, had admitted that your leaving the PDP hurt his chances in that election. What do you say to these general comments on your presidential race?
Well, Ruben, my first reaction generally is that I contested the election. I wasn't contesting it to help anybody to win. And I continue to say that even the declared winner did not win. You might have been declared by whatever means, but if not won the election. Reuben, to win is to win the people. Democracy is government of the people, by the people, for the people. That means if you must win the people. But if you don't win the people, you've not won. And I can tell you, the last election, the declared person did not win. However, that is what we're challenging. The rascality is what we're challenging. Never, and I will never ask anybody to add one vote for me that doesn't rightfully belong to me. I've never paid anybody to rig election for me. Go all over Nigeria and ask anybody in Inec, the so-called EOs, resident commissioners, everybody, whether any of them have met Peter Obi saying do this. Go and ask police, army, anybody. Never. They are referees. It is their job to do their job. I've never. This show where I got 97% is in Anambra State. Renault Mokri forgot that in 2019, go and check the records, where PDP had the highest vote was in Anambra State. When in 2019, when I was vice presidential candidate to Atiku, our vote in Anambra State was 95 point something, almost 96%. That's why PDP got the highest vote, because I was on that ballot. And they know me. It's like people go about and say, oh, he got votes in Lagos because of the Igbos. Remember how many Igbos live in Lagos? I got more votes from the indigenous in Lagos than those who are, you can call visitors. Are the Igbos in Nasarawa? Are the Igbos in Plateau? Are the Igbos in Abuja? In Rivers, where you know that the governor came out against me, and everything, I said, if the real vote of Rivers were counted, Reuben, I won. I have over 50-something% of the vote. The other two parties were sharing the order.
Wahala everywhere. Peter Obi has made it clear that he won the election. He said the two other parties, APC and PDP, were dividing amongst themselves 48%, that he won for 52% of the total votes all over Nigeria. Yes, he said he won it without bribing, without paying anybody. He said he won the elections and that this will be dragged to the end. That he's going to drag it to the end. Yes, he's going to drag it to the end. Peter Obi said he's resolute and that this will not just go like that. Yes, some people said Peter Obi is behaving as if Nigeria is his candy, that he was crying on national TV as if Nigeria belonged to him. And I'm like, you know what? When you go through a process and you realize that you won, and because certain individuals are in charge at this time and they decide to do what they want for themselves, you will feel pain like, no, we worked for this. This is something that I should be head of. And of course, it didn't happen like that. Now, Peter Obi went on to talk about some other things, and he said that Atiku, PDP and himself, Labour Party, do not have any partnership, that they have just simply taken their case to the courts because they are participants. And two of them are dragging Inec and APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is not a joke. I mean, some might think this will just go off like that. Don't forget that there are still some couple of months, I think a month plus, before the final inauguration, before the final crowning of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of Nigeria. What he has in his hands can be taken off. Although there are people saying that if Bola Ahmed Tinubu was not declared the winner, that there might be commotion and trouble in Nigeria. And I'm like, what kind of commotion and trouble? He was not really into Yoruba Nation. And Yoruba people are not necessarily going to embrace him when he comes and say, let's go for Yoruba Nation. In fact, many Yoruba people are not happy with him, apart from some who have done second thinking, or people who have benefited from him, or people who are tribalistic, or people who feel that let us still give it to him. You know, that kind of thing. Nobody's happy with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, particularly the way NSAS happened. Not because Bola Ahmed Tinubu had the power to do anything. Come on. What would Bola Ahmed Tinubu have done? The thing that he did wrong was to come out to speak when he was interviewed about the NSAS and everything, to talk about how is Jagaban, how is this and that. He didn't run anywhere. He should just show empathy and that's it. That would have been more better, but he felt too much of himself. He was concentrating on social media rather than the right thing to do. He wasn't politically correct. And Jide Sanwo-Olu, on the other hand, we can't blame him. Nigeria works differently. President controls the police, controls the army, and controls everything. If he called for help, maybe they decided to use the military because the police was what the protesters were against. Let us hear more from Mr. Peter Obi because he has more to say. Do not forget to like and share this video. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you're new.
So that's the difference. So let's do. And then on the second question you asked about issue of whether National Assembly, they're not. Remember, Inec said House of Representative was going from the through to the server, House Rep was going through, but it's only presidential. So by that, they have defined a process. They have accepted a process. We are in their law. In the other two, they followed that process. In this one, something happened. They gave an excuse. We shouldn't be there. Because they know what they do.
Okay. So let's come to Lagos. What's your support like for the Labour Party governorship candidate in Lagos? And also, there's been a dichotomy. In fact, at some point, they were saying there was going to be a possibility of the PDP, Labour Party, and a couple of other parties doing a deal in Lagos, but that has not fallen through now. There's also the Jandor factor. Jandor has been saying he's fought, godfatherism with the APC and all of that, that he was thinking, this was the time of the PDP. He's come here to argue a couple of times that most of the votes you got in Lagos were also PDP votes. I mean, what do you say about that dichotomy vis-a-vis your own Labour Party candidate in Lagos? Another question I'd like to ask you is this. In this our country where rule of law has been put on the background, that people don't even obey court judgment again. It might sound like a funny question, but in a case where a court judgment gets in your favor, maybe in the Supreme Court, and it's not obeyed, what happens? Because that's the kind of dichotomy and anarchy we've put on the land. And this your newfound friendship with the PDP. Are you people challenging this together? Have you been talking to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar? What have you people been saying to each other? Because both of your vice presidential candidates had a joint press conference together.
Well, let me say this. There's no partnership between Labour Party and the PDP. Both of us are challenging a process that is wrong. That is acceptable. The process is wrong.
The process is wrong. I no agree. I am not going to accept this. This is not going to be acceptable. Never. No, 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 no. Yeah, that is the stand of the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi. He said, I no go agree. I'm not going to accept the result. I'm not going to accept the declaration of Inec. They must show to me how they came about this winning of Bola Ahmed Tinubu APC. And you know how these things might eventually turn out. It could be that in the next 4 years, Peter Obi will gather support once again. Or maybe this time around, liars with PDP or PDP will liars with them. I don't know. But he has made it categorically clear that he is not going anywhere. And I think he has become an household name. He has become a brand. He will not want to bury his glory under PDP Atiku. Atiku, I do not see Atiku trying to contest in the next couple of years. I mean, the next 8 years. Atiku will be too old to contest. He will be too frail. He won't be in the right mind. But these guys, even as old as they are ready to go all the way till they die, till they collapse. They want to still contest. What are your thoughts about this one? Let us know in the comment section below. Drop your comment. And do you think Peter Obi will be the next president after Bola Ahmed Tinubu? I think the next presidency, without argument, will go to the southeast after Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the southwest. Drop your comment. Do not forget to like and share this video. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you're new here.